Alright, hello, and welcome to this very first playthrough of Moonlighter. Last time we did Technology Dungeon 3, we finished out Technology Dungeon, we defeated the Technology Guardian, and now all that's left is to go through the fifth door. I've got some extra potions. I am starting to think it's just going to be a boss. Originally, I was thinking it's going to be a whole area, but I don't see the point, because if there was a whole area, the point of that would be to gather more higher cost supplies, and at this point we don't need money anymore, so... Which is, again, I think one of the flaws in this game, because it's like, it's a merchant game, so like, money should be important the whole time. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into the... Once we, if we beat the game in this video, which is my plan is to get to whatever the end of the fifth door is and kill it, and beat the game and get credits. If we do that, I'll give my full review at the end. Right now, we're just going to see what's here. I'm a little afraid that whatever's behind this door is going to smoke me, and then I'm not going to know what to do because everything is fully upgraded, and then I'll have to start getting creative with my secondary weapon and maybe trying to stack debuffs or something like that. But the way that this game has gone so far, as long as you upgrade everything up as much as you can, then you can just fucking plow over and tank whatever's boss is waiting for you. So maybe the last boss will be like that too? We'll see. Let's find out. Let's find out together. I have some thoughts on this game. So I gave a lot of them during the last video, but I'm going to give my full review at the end of the last video. Hopefully that will be this video. Unknown Dungeon 1. Unknown Dungeon 1. Oh, I can't pull up a map? Okay, that's a good sign. What are we walking into? Oh, hello. Who are these people? The fuck is this? What is all this? Thought maybe I could hit these and then give me potions or something. But... This is the big twist, right? It's gonna give me a bunch of story stuff and I'm not gonna care. I'm just not really interested in the story in this game. That's a me thing, though. Well, I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Oh! Okay. Unknown Dungeon 1 was a breeze. Who the fuck are you? Looks like someone finally came to help us. Oh, is this like a test? Is that what this is? It's like whoever's strong enough to get through all the dungeons is strong enough to help you do something? These are no ancient ruins, boy. We are pirates, me. My now dead men, you. So many centuries trapped here. Must make up for lost time. Rebuild my crew, pillage countless more systems. For your assistance, I think you will allow you to leave, boy. I said leave? Oh shit. Last dimensional pirate. I'm down to half, but he's starting to eat into my health pretty heavily. I'm just tanking him. That's what I've done with every boss in this game. Where the fuck do you think you're going, Purple Clam? Or... is there a phase 2? That's not good. That is not good. It didn't give me an achievement. Oh yeah, shit. Oh, and he's got just as much health, too. What? What would I want with... What would I want with all that? So now we gotta get sweaty for the very end of this game when we've never had to do it before. Why is my health bar so much lower? Why is that? Why? Yeah, why is... Oh, I guess I need to go sleep in my bed? Okay. I guess Grandpa doesn't know that I have unlimited lives. So what I don't want to do is blow through all my healing. I don't want to do that. Because then I'll have to go farm jelly, and I don't want to do that. I've got some. I've got a little bit of healing, and I've got a fair amount of jelly, so I would only have to farm this bullshit, which isn't that big of a deal. I wonder if you can get into your inventory and switch those while you're waiting for that boss to get into the second phase. Probably not, right? It'd be worth trying. Oh! I can just buy potions. I don't need to fuck with that. So, okay, so we need to get better at figuring out how to kill this boss. That's probably its only other phase. But we can take as many cracks at it as we need to. That's not so bad. It's just gonna be a question of... I'm thinking. I just need to actually dodge ever. That's what I need to do. Does that make my health bar go back up? No. Why do I only have 1100 health now? See? Why? I had like 1 billion health a minute ago, right? You heal for how much? 500? Maybe I'm hallucinating. Maybe I didn't. Alright. Let's just try again. Let's just try again. We need to come back and sell all this shit. We'll do it. Thankfully, we don't have to go through a whole dungeon, though. That's nice. I'm grateful for that. We're about to throw another 5 potions at this guy, so am I ready? He's gonna be like, who the wait, didn't I just kill you? If we can get through the first bit... Just roll into him. Just roll into him. Get your iframes without... Because touching the bosses doesn't hurt you in this game, or this game would be a lot harder. Just roll into him. Just keep rolling. Just every time he makes some kind of a move, just roll into him. This is a little tedious that I have to do this. I don't have to read it. I don't have to listen to all the dialogue again, do I? This is already by far the hardest boss in the game, even adjusted for, you know, where it is in the game. I worry that doing this isn't actually doing me any favors. Like, I'm doing worse. I can't check my inventory. That's such a shame, because I've still got... That's what keeps you from just coming in with unlimited potions, you know? I get it. And I can't pause. I can pause, but I can't... Alright, let's see what we can do here. Nick. Oh, it was like, are you done? Damn it. There you go. Oh, okay. Okay, we learned some things there. This is definitely the hardest boss and the best boss in the game already, for sure. But we did learn some things. If we stand in the center, we're close enough to be hit by both tentacles. If we go to one side or the other, we only have to worry about dodging one. That's our key takeaway there. I could have swore I had more health. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go look at the end of the last video. When I was in... Where'd you go? Fuck. Alright, it's just... Nope, 1146 is always what I've had. Ow. Okay, it's fine. Let's try again, right? I can't think of a reason not to. We're running out of potions, but we can make more and we can buy more. Is there anything else that I can do to prep? Or do I just keep throwing myself against this wall? I equipped the potions, right? I believe I did. So there's no point bringing extra potions. You can't equip them during the fight, which makes sense. Otherwise, you can just come in here with 50 potions and just tank the motherfucker, which is what I've been doing without needing all the potions. These almost look like I can come up. Oh, never mind. I can break them. I don't care about the lore. Honestly, in this game, I don't care about the lore. It's too much of it, and I'm just not interested. I'm just not interested. I get a lot of shit for not for not caring about stories in games. I get a lot of shit for that. And the truth is, if in another reality, let's say I read every piece of lore in this game and I took it very seriously, it would make me like the game less, because I would force myself to sit through it and I would fucking hate it. And that's what I did for the first couple videos, is I read the lore and I did all the voices for the characters and I read everything and it was just boring to me. So a lot of people think they know, a lot of YouTube commenters think they know better than me about what I'll enjoy, and I'm telling you right now, if I sat and really paid attention to the story, the game ranking would suffer because of it, not improve. Everyone thinks that it would improve because I get sucked into the story. I just don't give a shit about the story a lot of the times in games. I care about the gameplay, the challenge of the game. There's no challenge in lore, you know? Anyway, that's my little rant. Alright, try to, you know how to roll into him. Yeah, you were doing it right, just do it earlier. See, I'm hitting him less. So I think I'm actually doing myself a disservice. This is what I found in the other bosses. Nick, turn the fuck up. Okay. I'm doing worse because I'm dodging. I'm gonna let him kill me. I don't want to blow through my potions. That doesn't, that encompasses the problem I have with the combat in this game. I guess I could, but if I don't, did I hit the thing? Yeah. If I don't do well enough, there's no downside to just noping out, right? Well, you know what? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try really hard to just play this like a Dark Souls boss, where I just don't even, you know, it's all about, like, I just watch him, watch his attacks, try to dodge at the last second, try and find the attack one. So I'm gonna try, but I'm not gonna heal because I don't want to use this time to blow through all my healing. So I'm gonna see if I can get through. If I should be able to get through that first phase without doing any healing. Because if I have to heal at all, then I haven't done well enough on that first phase. So let me take a crack at it. Let me try to actually get good here instead of just tanking him, and see if there's anything that I can glean from that experience. I have a bad feeling that it's not going to go well for me. So what that means is that we don't just go up and start hitting. We get away. We watch his attack patterns for a minute. The first step in order to get good at something like a Dark Souls boss is just avoiding damage. Knowing when you can avoid damage. Then it's about finding your attack windows. Now let's see if I can get closer and avoid damage. Now I'll start hitting him. Oh, got me. Got me again. I guess we could just hit him once at a time and... As soon as I try to do combos, maybe that's not the answer. Maybe the answer is doing these. I haven't even tried that. Okay, we got out of that without taking a hit. Okay, okay. Oh, shit. Shit. I just can't, after the move, I can't roll away fast enough. It's a 3-hit combo, Nick. Come on, it's not rocket science. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna heal, didn't I? No. We've done it now. I wish I could... Oh, I have 2 heals left. Okay, that's not great. Alright, again. Let's just try to get away, avoid damage. Ooh, that actually might not be a good idea with this guy. Because he probably has some... It's a later roll than you think it is, Nick. He's hitting you every fucking time, dude. Oh, God. Oh, God. Am I doing better DPS like that? Did we do better that time, or we got down to about half? I don't mean it to, like, there's no way to get good at this game. It's more that the game just hasn't... See? I knew it! Why do I have less health now? What is that? That's another complaint I had about this game early on before I figured everything out, is that this game doesn't fucking explain. There's so much this game doesn't explain. So surely if I go sleep on my bed, I'll have more health, right? Because I had higher health. I thought I had like 1,500 health at one point. God damn it. I'm gonna have to fucking Google it. What could it why could it possibly be? Something with my armor, I would guess. I'm gonna have to fucking Google it. I hate Googling shit. For video games. I shouldn't have to. Your maximum health decreasing during a dungeon run is likely due to a known bug. Oh, for fuck's sake, fuck off. Or a temporary bonus expiring. To fix this, unequip and re-equip your armor or amulets. So it went back up to 1146, but I could have sworn it's higher than... Hold on. Yeah, I can't check this video. And it wasn't higher in the last video, and I didn't make any upgrades. So... But what the fuck? Why does it do that? I guess it's just a bug. Yeah, I had 1146, and I didn't upgrade anything. And then you don't have to worry about any of that. You just go in and tank the fuck out of the boss. There would have been no reason for me to have any more than 1146, because I didn't upgrade anything, and that's how much I had. That's how much I had for the entirety of the last video. It must be because of that. Yeah. I wonder if you can buy rich jelly from the... What's his name? Find out. I've never touched anything that this guy sold. I've never been interested. Huh. Why would I? Do you sell rich jelly? It's a fucking racket that guy's got going. About 16k a piece. There. Now we don't have to think about it anymore. Oh, no. Yeah, but... Hold on. Just put this one away so you don't lose it if you die. Keep those other ones. No way, we don't have to come back to town if we get spit out of the dungeon again. Alright. This is what we're gonna try this time. I'm gonna try to kill the first phase without healing. There's no downside other than a few minutes lost to try different things here, as long as I'm not blowing through my potions. And now, that matters less too. But I still want to, you know, I don't know how many attempts we might be here for a while. You know, bosses can be hard sometimes. I've spent hours on bosses before, many times. So, I'm reading about this bug. What am I missing? This is the wrong time to be at. Oh shit. This is the wrong time to be asking this question, but... I can't leave. It doesn't matter. If these things give me... The only thing... Oh yeah, these are the big ones. It doesn't matter. I'm just wondering if there's a way I can get more health. But I don't think so. And if there is, I'd have to go back and get upgrade materials for every fucking level. I'm not doing that. So, fuck that. If I could just buy them, I'd do that. But... Alright, so here's what I'm going to try this time. I'm going to try just tanking the fuck out of the guy like I did the first time. And just see if I can get through the first part without healing. If I just... Also, I want to take notice of, am I doing damage faster by just mashing A, or should I do the charged attacks? So I'm going to try both of those against this guy, not healing, and see if I can get through without having to touch my potion. If I can at least get that done... Alright, so let's look at the health bar here, right? So I'm not even going to try and block. So that's... Oh, that's way faster. Oh shit, I forgot about the W1 thing. So you should... Okay. So just standing there is not the solution. I guess the first time I didn't do that. I must have at least tried to dodge around. But yeah, the charged attack is way higher DPS. Way higher. So that is the right answer. The only problem is it takes longer to do and you're going to get hit more because of it, right? It's a classic trade-off of charged attack. Having to go through this every time is not okay. I mean, it's fine. I've done worse. I've played Demon Souls, but it's not ideal. If they could just, if it, I don't know. It's fine. It doesn't. All right. This time, charged attacks while dodging. I'm gonna try that. Dodge, attack, dodge, attack, dodge, attack. Closer to what we did a couple of times ago where I was actually trying to avoid damage. What? Why didn't that hit you? Give me a break. That hit me? Fuck off. Why? Isn't it supposed to hit him twice? It hit him twice a second ago. I feel like half of his attacks that don't hit me should be hitting me, like that one. So that one hit him twice. How can I make sure that happens every time? Oh fuck, oh god. See, he's not even... So maybe we go back to what we were doing. Oh shit. I'm not gonna heal. So, okay, we're just gonna keep, you know, it's trial and error thing, we'll figure it out, but we're gonna, this time we're gonna, forget about the charged attack. The charged attack is probably a better idea against the second phase. But here, maybe regular attacks with this guy. And maybe just one at a time. It's gonna take longer and you're gonna need to get better at dodging, but sometimes that's what you gotta do. We have as many chances as we need if we don't heal. And even if we do heal, you know, we've got a bunch. And we can always go farm. One trip through the technology dungeon will give us, you know, 20 potions worth of money. I don't want to do that, though. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to... It's a good game. I don't think it's a great game, but I think it is a good game. This is the best boss by far. I like this boss. I like that the game's actually forcing me to learn how to play it better, you know? Whoa, what's that? Oh, shit. Okay, why is this happening? Does that stop at some point? Jesus fucking Christ. Doing it this way is gonna take forever, but... Ah, damn it. One at a time, Nick, or he's gonna hit you again. God damn it. Just pretend you don't have healing. Motherfucking bitch, dude. See, like, that hurt like a motherfucker. I wish I could get away with that more often. Did better toward the end there. I just... My thinking is, if I can get through without healing, then I'll be good enough. Then I'll be ready to fight the second phase. Plus, I can do this as many times as I need. Just out of curiosity. I can't tell the difference. It's supposed to slow me down, right? Adds the weight of a golem to the wearer. Okay. Hitboxes are weird. This wasn't fucking happening before. Oh, fuck. Oh, God, I didn't think that was gonna hit. Don't do that. That fucking... So, that wasn't happening the first few times? Which tells me that it probably only happens when you're, like, it's a way to keep you from just running away from him all the time, which is what I started to do. I'd really like to not have to worry about that. I'm just trying to think. Didn't I... Out of the 8 games I've beaten so far this year, and 274 out of 606 all-time, which is very respectable, but quite a bit lower than the original 2 Little Nightmares games. And finally, my favorite game of February is none other than Neo 3. The Neo games are, in my opinion, the only Souls-likes that are generally just as good as the From Software games, and this one goes even bigger, which is kind of a good thing and a bad thing. The combat variety and boss fights are top tier, the colored loot showers are glorious, and this one's kind of a semi-open world, so you can spend dozens of hours just running around exploring. But I have to say, I think I prefer the more Dark Souls-like level design of the first 2 games, plus here you have 2 characters to manage with 2 separate loadouts, so the loot can get pretty overwhelming pretty fast. I ranked this number 1 out of the 8 games I've beaten so far this year, and 65 out of 606 all-time. It's an excellent... Right. Sorry, I needed to ask my wife about something, but she's in a meeting. It's getting fucking hot in my room, and I think it's because yesterday it was like in the 30s, and now it's in the 80s, and she hasn't fixed the thermostat. And I don't fucking touch it. I know better than to do that shit. Alright. I'm getting tired of this. And they gotta put this thing in the fucking middle too, so you can't even go straight up. Oh, I was like, did I fall somewhere else? Okay. This is the way to do it. That's the way to do it. I had to heal once and I need to heal again. But that wasn't bad. Now, here, charged attacks and stay to one side. Oh shit, what? So what's the deal with this? There's just jellies here? Okay, whatever. Oh god. Is that not hitting me? Oh no. Oh, it is. It definitely is. It's only worth it if it hits you. If it hits twice. So I don't have to worry about that from here. So we're cheesing him. That's how we figured out how to beat this guy. Oh shit, okay. He got wise. Shit. See, down to 955 again. What the fuck, man? Oh, I'm out of potions? Oh no. Damn it! Alright, we got him. We got him. We just gotta be smart in that first phase. And I mean, we were literally one hit away from killing him, so we got this guy. We got him. Let's fix our fucking health, since it broke again. There. I'm good. I'm really good. Gotta get up there. Alright. We've got this guy. We almost had him. If he has a third phase, I'm gonna be upset. Squirt! Squirt's really good. I never liked the name. The name is off-putting, so I never tried it until I was like almost 40. But Squirt's good. It's just grapefruit. It's just grapefruit soda. It's delicious. Grapefruit soda probably doesn't sound that good, but it is. Alright. Let's try to do at least as good on the first phase as we did last time, and then we should be fine. fuck. That. What the fuck happened there? Damn it! Can you die, please? That's about as good as last time. We have one we healed once, and we're about 200 HP better than we did last time, which might be all we need. Especially now that we know exactly where to go on this fucking idiot. You need to move when that thing starts. This isn't going as well. Shit. Okay, when that clam comes out, you need to move, bro. Okay. Ah, damn it. That's really hard to avoid that. We're close, dude. Ah! God. Alright. We've almost gotten. This is the best boss in the game. This is the only boss in this game where I've actually been like, okay, I should actually learn how to play a little bit. So that's good. I just wish it'd been something that had happened earlier. Wait, we've got him. We just need to focus up on that first time. We did a little bit better the first time. We just did a little bit worse in the second phase. We gotta figure out a way to consistently avoid that tentacle. And now that we know, once that clam shows up, whatever the fuck that thing is, we gotta move. We gotta run. Maybe we don't have to run all the way down to the bottom of the screen like we did, but we need to move. We need to move around. And then when it does the wave attack, we just swing, swing, jump, swing, swing, jump. That shouldn't be too hard. And then the sucking attack doesn't even affect us when we're standing over there, so that shouldn't be a big deal. No charged attacks with the first phase, though. I tried to do that once or twice, and I paid for it. You gotta move, Nick, when he does that. Damn it. Too slow. Ow, fuck. At least I don't have to deal with that stupid fucking attack anymore. Damn it, face him. Just get away when he does that. Ah, oh, fuck. Thought I dodged. That's about as good as we did last time. It's just... Let's do better on this one, okay? We know the answer. Well, we don't know an answer. I haven't figured out the tentacle yet. It doesn't. When I hide up there, it seems almost impossible, if not impossible, to avoid damage from it. But we can learn. Maybe being back a little bit will help. Oh shit. Nick? That didn't go well at all. Oh shit, what's hitting me over and over again? Oh, wait a minute. There's never been a time in this game where just touching the boss hurts you. Is that suddenly gonna change now on one specific part of the boss? That was lame. Whatever. Come on, man. I don't know what happened. And that's not a very... That's a sign of a... That's not a good sign for a boss. When you die and you don't know why, it's not clear why, that's a red flag. There may be a point up there where you can't be, but if that's true, it's inconsistent with the rest of the game. That's been a big part of my strategy with this game this whole time, is that you can touch the bosses. They don't die from just contact. You don't get hurt from just contact. There might have been something else going on there, but if there was, it was not clear. He hasn't touched me yet. Oh, he got me once. That attack really is very difficult to get away from. The rest of his attacks aren't. Can you do any other attack, dude? That's the best we've done. I don't think we healed, and we don't even need to. This is it! Come on, man! Alright, just do what you did last time. Just get up into the armpit a little bit. Does the attack have... Nah, it's not working. Shit. Yeah, don't go over there. Come on, baby. Maybe I just roll through it. It doesn't seem possible. I think we've got it. We've still got 2 heals. Oh yeah, he's done. That better be fucking it. That better be it. I'm ready. You know? And that's not really a good sign either that that's the strategy, just to figure out a way to cheese him. You know? It shouldn't be that easy. That shouldn't be the path of least resistance. Does that make sense? Listen here now, you can't just shut down the dungeons and forbid entry. Complete the game with under 40 deaths. Nice. Hero or merchant. Finish the game. Just who do you think you are? Old man, look. These dungeons are structures built from pieces of other dimensions, with the sole purpose of allowing easy and streamlined looting. At your late age, do you really think all these artifacts just grew on trees? You, sir, will address myself with proper respect. You're the outsider here. If all that you say is true, why appear now? The dungeons have been here for a lifetime, yeah, but nobody made it to the end. Sir, this is a very complicated matter. Please excuse myself if my manners are not of top priority. We've been looking for them for well over one of your lifetimes. We lost track of them over the geyser dimension and have been able to track them ever since. Some beacon of theirs must have been recently activated, allowing us to locate this world. Keep saying them. Who are these them? Dimensional pirates. Dimensional pirates? Dimensional pirates. A race of creatures made completely of dimensional fluid. Because of this, they've developed interdimensional traveling tech very quickly. Instead of sharing their knowledge, they took to stealing from other dimensions. According to our reports, they should be hiding just beyond the door. Yeah, about that. Who's that boy? He isn't a pirate, is he? Of course he isn't. Will? What a sorry-looking kid. Are you alright, Will? The dimensional pirate is dead. You're welcome, everyone. You said what? You waged battle against a jellyfish robot? That must have been their boss. Never liked that guy. And you say there are no more creatures inside? They all killed each other because they were trapped in there? Oh, this is rich. Honestly, too good to be true. Please wait here a moment as I discuss the current situation with my crew. You there, Lieutenant. Disperse this crowd. We need space. Aye, Captain. Except for the old man and the youngling that just fell out of that door. Pirates. Now these people. Thieves. All of them. Alright, people. Nothing to see here. You heard the captain. You don't have to go home, but, well, you should probably go home. Might be the last time you see it. What? Okay, move, please. Shit. Upon discussion, I have come to a conclusion. Taking part in the theft of other dimensional artifacts... Oh, fuck off, dude. Everyone on this planet will be arrested. Okay, I'd ask you how, but I don't care. At least, technically, we should do that. But, this young boy served his part in helping us locate these pirates. He even went so far as to defeat the pirate boss. For now, let's just say the thieving won't be included in my report, and as far as I can see, we do not need to invest in further investigation. We'll be shutting down these dungeons, though. The continued use of them would be a knowingly illegal action at this point. We shall not leave you high and dry, though. Due to your contact with other dimensional cultures, we can't just leave you be. Honestly, I would like to just wipe all your memories, but oh man! Did that become taboo for a reason? Okay, I feel like there's a story there. That planet never really recovered. Okay, yeah, I'd like to know more about that planet. Actually, no, I don't. Let's just go. Anyways, back to the now. We'll be inviting you to take part in the ICT, the Dimensional Commerce Treaty. This will allow you to legally trade and act in commerce with other dimensions. Preparation to include you in the planet will take some time. For now, please inform your people and prepare them for the coming days. Alright, I call this a win. Let's pack it up. We'll return with the treaty soon, guys. It's been real. It's been a pleasure. I feel like if I were Will, I'd be like, he's lying, right? He's gonna bomb us as soon as he gets off this planet. I wouldn't go so far as to say a real pleasure, but you guys get it. Oh! Don't tell anyone you use the dungeons, or we will come arrest everyone. Okay, peace! Okay. A little bit more dialogue, I can handle a little bit more, but not much more. I'm still a little confused as to what just transpired, but I have to say, it would appear you have done this town and our world a great service, Will. Next time, though, can you just listen to me and stay home? No, motherfucker, you haven't known what you're talking about this entire time. Why in the fucking world would I start listening to you now? You've been wrong at every turn. This is just too much excitement for my old bones. Well, then go home and die. Let us return to town and spread the good news. Give me just a second. Sorry. We're gonna do the full review. We're gonna do the full game review and credits roll through. And we'll almost done. Alright. Credits, right? Title card? Let's fucking go! What was that? Alright, we did it. Okay. First things first. Let's turn this music down just a bit so it's not... Yeah, that's good. First things first, the bottom center of the screen says that we have beaten 10 games in 2026 and 608 since we started doing this in 2020. Those numbers are completely wrong. Way off. We've now beaten 11 games. I forgot my... There we go. 11 games in 2026 and 609 since we started doing this. Let's go. All right, let's talk about the ups and downs of... All right, let me take that again because I kicked the mic. All right, let's talk about the ups and downs of Moonlighter. I think this is a good game. I'm not sure I think it's a great game. Let's unpack that a little bit, but I do think it's a good game. Let's start with some positives. I love the art style. I love the music. I love the premise of the gameplay loop where you're going into these dungeons, you're getting loot, you're killing baddies, you're killing bosses, you're advancing. It's roguelike, but it's roguelite, but it's very light, right? But there is a little bit, since you have to start on the first floor of each dungeon, it's got some roguelike elements. I always enjoy that. I like those kinds of gameplay loops. Managing the shop is really fun. I really enjoy trying to, like, figure out what the prices that I should be selling everything at is. Oh, this is too high. Oh, no. Okay, bump it down. It's too low. Okay, going up. Doing all that, figuring all that out until you've got them in by memory. Like, oh, yeah, these batteries will sell. I'll keep hoarding those. You know, that was fun. I really enjoyed that. The game is funny. That gets a little old, but it is, at first, I did find some humor in it. And a little bit towards the end too. We'll get to more of that in a second, but I did think it was a funny game. Look at all those Alexes and Alex. Okay, anyway, but I don't know what that's all. Is that a special thing? It doesn't matter. There's 3 just Alex. Oh, maybe this is like a Kickstarter thing or something. It doesn't matter. So there's a lot to like here. A lot to like. I do have some problems with it though. Let's start with the combat. This game, the combat, the way that my experience with it was that you don't get better at this game by learning the attacks of the enemies and learning to dodge and get your attack windows in. That would be ideal. In this game, you get good by upgrading your equipment. So getting as much out of the dungeons as you can, upgrading your equipment until you can just tank whatever the boss is. And you can. Every boss, once you have all of the upgrades that floor will provide you with the materials that you have, you can just walk in and kill the boss without dodging or rolling or moving. You just go in and swing your weapon until it dies. And maybe at first you can't do that, but that's just because you don't have all your upgrades yet. So it's really just about getting that money going. At a certain point in the game, you start making a lot more money, and then suddenly you don't need money for anything anymore, and it's all about just killing. And that's okay, but there's a balance issue there, where if it's a game about half of it is about being a merchant. Well, we'll get to that more in a second. Let's keep it to the combat for now. The combat's exceedingly simple, and at least partly because of that, there's not really a lot to do to get good, per se. I mean, I'm sure there are people that are very good at this game that have done no damage runs or whatever, but you don't have to. You don't have to do that. Just upgrade your stuff. Just whatever you're worried about happening. The only exception to that was the final boss, which I won't talk about here for spoiler's sake, but that one was tough, and we did have to learn how to fight it, but everything else you just mow over as long as your stuff is upgraded enough. So that's so the combat was a little bit boring. The boss fights were a little bit boring. It was still satisfying to know that I've saved all this money because of all these resources that I've gathered, and because of that, now I'm able to defeat the boss. That was still gratifying, but it wasn't as gratifying as knowing I've gotten good enough at the game now that I can beat this boss that I couldn't at first. I think every main boss in this game I killed on my first attempt, except for the last one. And because I was already upgraded up to that point. So I just went and started swinging my weapon. I always thought, like, well, if this doesn't work, then I'll revisit, and maybe there's something I need to do to get better, but that just didn't happen until the end. So I think there's something to be desired there. I think there's a lot of things in this game, especially when it comes to the shop that you run, that are completely superfluous. There are a lot of upgrades that don't matter. Like, for instance, there are a lot of upgrades that help you run the shop. You can get an employee that will help you. You can get things that will allow the shop to stay open longer. You can get things that will allow customers to move more quickly, so you're selling more quickly. None of that really seems to matter, because I would always sell all of my inventory that I had, that I picked up from the dungeons, in one day. There was maybe 1 or 2 items left, but it was never a big deal to, like, oh, I gotta get more. So, like, the employee that you get will offer to run your store for 30% of the profit. Not worth it. I'll do it myself. I enjoy that part of the game. So I don't have enough inventory to just have the place running while I'm gone anyway. You only have 20 inventory spots, so I'm only getting 20 inventory items per run anyway. So why in the world would I need an employee? The banker in this game is a swindler. He's completely worthless. I wish I'd never unlocked him. There's another guy that sells items. I never needed him. I guess maybe there's a situation where I could, but all this stuff is so expensive, I can just go get it out of the dungeons. So there's a lot of stuff in here that just, a lot of stuff that you can add, like decor to your shop, that will, like, make customers be more willing to wait in line longer. I never once had a customer wait too long, because I was good, and it's not unmanageable. Even when the store's at its highest level, even when the store's at its very highest level and its largest, and you've got the most inventory and the most space and the most customers, I never felt overwhelmed trying to do it all by myself. And there are people that are trying to steal. There are fucking birds that come in, and you have to try and catch the bird because it's interrupting customers. And nobody ever stole from me, because I was always able to catch the thieves before they left. There are decor pieces that, like, oh, it's 25% chance less chance of thievery. I don't care. I catch them every time. I don't lose anything. I don't need that. I don't need to spend my money on that, you know? So there's just a lot of stuff in this game, and there's a lot of resources that you pick up that aren't worth much, which is the primary reason you're picking stuff up, is to sell it. You can't use them to upgrade anything. And you can't use them for anything else. You can't equip them or anything. So why do they exist? Why are they even in the game? Just so that you have to sift through it and figure out what's high and what's low? That's probably what it is. And that makes some measure of sense, but there's just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of inventory in this game that is just like, no, I'm just going to throw it away as soon as I get it. Because once you learn it, there's nothing fun about, you're just throwing it away. So, here's another complaint. This game doesn't explain fucking anything. There are so many things about this game that I just had to figure out through trial and error. I guess that it's designed that way. But it didn't feel that way all the time. Like, stuff that you definitely there should be a tutorial about. Like, it's about, like, the UI or something. Like, I need to know something about, like, how I can check my, like, certain things from my character. It was a lot of things that just didn't make any sense. So the combat was weak, a lot of it. It's very basic. The boss fights were pretty weak. There's a lot of stuff in this game that doesn't need to be in it. And Oh, here's another complaint. The game is very verbose. It's not voice, right? So everything's in text, which is fine. I've played a lot of games like that. But boy, oh boy, do they think that everything that they say is super funny or important, because they give you pick up one piece of lore, and it's like, hey, I went into the caves today, and this is what I found. Can you believe that? And it's like, I guess some of it is supposed to build, like, world building, but it sounded more like they were just telling joke after joke, like they were trying to be funny, and they were funny, but I don't need to read that lore. So at a certain point, I just stopped. About halfway through the game, I just stopped reading the lore. And I don't care that I missed any of that stuff. I was saying this earlier, that one of the complaints that I get, one of my most common complaints, is that I don't pay enough attention to the story in games. I guarantee you, in an alternate universe where instead of giving up on the lore, I read every piece of lore and really paid attention to every line that everyone said and talked to every character, I guarantee I'd rank this game lower, because I would have been bored. And I would have been irritated. So, people think they know better than me. It's like, oh, you didn't pay enough attention to the story, or you like this game way better. You don't know how I enjoy games better than I do. Trust me. Trust me. This game, I enjoyed this game more because I ignored the lore. Promise you. Anyway, that's more of a me thing than anything else. But I do think a more objective complaint is that this game really takes its time telling you shit, and it really shouldn't. It thinks it's really funny, and sometimes it is. But that's not a reason to read through 8 pages of lore when I'm right in the middle of a dungeon, and what you're doing, you're not even really giving me lore, you're just telling jokes. And you're not telling me anything useful, that's for sure. So I just didn't, I wasn't really jiving with that. That's admittedly more of a preference thing, but I don't think it's entirely a preference thing. I think this game really gets full of itself and tries to be funny a lot more than it needs to be. But ultimately I did really enjoy this game, and I do think it's a good game. I think it's a well-made game for the most part. There were a couple little bugs and glitches, and one was particularly annoying, where when you got hit, sometimes your stat buffs on your HP would just disappear, and the only way to fix it was to unequip everything and then re-equip it. That was pretty annoying, but mostly it was a seamless experience technically, so that was good. And again, I don't think this is a great game, because I think there's a lot of fat that could have been trimmed, a lot of crap in this game that doesn't really need to be there. I feel like the developers felt like the game was really simple, which it was. The combat's really simple, the gameplay loop is really simple, and so they felt the need to add a bunch of stuff to make it more complex. But unfortunately, they just added a bunch of stuff that didn't really feel necessary. So, I don't think that makes it a bad game. I think it's a good game. I thoroughly enjoyed this game. But there are just certain parts of it that I just got irritated with and couldn't jive with, and I think that kept it from being a really great game. Okay. I had to pause. Sorry. It's fine. Anyway, but yeah, good game. I did enjoy it. I'm glad I finally played it. A friend of mine told me this game was good, and he was right. So let's get out of all this. Honestly, even if there is a... The game just freeze? Yeah, I don't care about New Game Plus. Last order of business. Moonlighter, it's been fun. We did have a good time. Enjoyed it thoroughly, but it's now time to delete you from our console and never play you again. Bye! Appreciate ya! Good looking out. Good job. All that stuff. Alright. That's it for Moonlighter. We did it. Just brief roadmap for the next few days in case you're interested. I can't believe I managed to do it, but I did manage to beat this game before Crimson Desert comes out tomorrow. I'm very curious to see what that game is going to be like, so I will be buying that at launch, and I will start it tomorrow. So that's what we're going to be playing for the foreseeable future. Once we get done with that, we'll play either Screamer or Life is Strange Reunion. Both of those games come out at the same day. I'm definitely planning on playing both of them. Well, I'm definitely going to... Well, I'll probably play both of them. I know I'm going to play Life is Strange. Screamer might depend on the price of the game. I might wait longer. It's also going to depend on if I have time before Pragmata comes out. I probably will, though. So I'm planning to play those. And then if we have any time before Pragmata comes out, I don't know. There's I've been eyeing Castlevania 64 for a while. Parasite Eve 2. I want to pick up some of the retro franchises that we haven't touched in a while. Mega Man, Mario, Sonic. One of those. I need to play. Well, a big part of why I don't play as many games. I was beating 100 games a year before. Big part of why I can't keep that pace up anymore is I don't play as many retro games. Because retro games knock out a day or two. A lot of them. And so maybe I should just do that more. I don't know. Just to have more games that I can review or whatever. And have more videos. So I'd like to get back into that. It's just hard to find time because there's so many new games I want to play. So, alright, that's it. If you're still here and you watch the whole video, or even if you just watch the very end, thank you. It really does mean a lot to me. I will see you on the next one, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.